Hey y'all, I'm sorry it's been so long. I know I haven't put out a video in forever. I'm working on a cosplay for Megacon 2023. My friend and I have decided to do a duo cosplay. She chose her cosplay back in 2021. We're internet friends. She asked me if I wanted to do a duo cosplay, and yes, absolutely, I want to do a duo cosplay with her. I knew that she wanted to be Allison from House of the Dragon. She had already talked about it, posted on her page. Now that meant that I had to go and binge watch it because I didn't have HBO when it came out. So I got HBO and I watched it. I decided that I wanted to cosplay Rhaenyra. I picked this costume. I'm not gonna lie, I like this costume, but it's not my favorite. I chose it because I thought it would be the more challenging one to do, and I'm not a big cosplayer, so I thought, why not have fun with it and make it as challenging as possible? You'll see in this video that I regret that a lot. Megacon is quickly approaching, so why don't we get started on seeing how this project is going. I spent quite a bit of time making lists and trying to get really organized with my fabrics and my trims and accessories. It really paid off. I am so happy with these fabrics. Wait, you probably want to actually see the fabrics. Hold on. Despite all my searching, I ended up buying nearly all of my supplies from Etsy, with the exception of my pattern and a few of the little charms that I just couldn't find for an affordable price on there. The pattern that I'm gonna go with is Simplicity 1009. It is an old Game of Thrones pattern that I bought forever ago when I first started sewing. Game of Thrones was more popular, and of course I wasn't into cosplay as much as I am now, so I bought it then, and then I didn't make anything. So now I'm gonna get to use it, so yeah. I did make a mistake, and when I originally bought this pattern, I bought it in the wrong size. I used to get really excited about buying patterns and not read anything, which is a mistake, and you should definitely not do that. So I am going to take this pattern. I'm still going to use it. I'm going to go make a mock-up and see what I need to change to make it fit for Rhaenyra. We're just going to ignore all this. Last night I finished up my bodice and skirts mock-up using that pattern. I had to do a lot of alterations to the bodice. I think it's a really good base pattern. I'm gonna try it on real quick. Like I said, I think this is gonna be a good base, and I'm going to finish mocking up the rest to make myself a pattern using this and get started on the actual dress. It's Friday. I have today off. I have a 4-day weekend for the holiday, and I might be ready to cut into the fabric. I just tried on the dress for the first time after constructing it and it does not fit. It is still like excessively large, which doesn't make sense to me since I used a pattern from a mock-up that fit. I did leave a little bit of room to add a lining, but not that much room on both sides. And then the waist, I tucked out a few inches as well. So I'm gonna rip this all apart and take out that excess and see if it fits better after that. I fixed the fit on it. That's what you just saw. And now I'm trying to decide what to move on to next. I think I'm going to throw the lining into the skirts and then I'm going to get started on the collar pieces because that's going to take a little bit of time putting that together. It's going to be a lot of hand sewing, so I guess you'll see what I decide because I'm not quite sure yet. Unsurprisingly, buying the wrong size pattern has come to bite me in the so I completely like redid the pattern. Like I took the shape and I just removed a lot of the extra in it, and my mock-up seemed fine. Like, I think maybe I assumed with the lining it would get a little bit tighter, so I left a little bit too much ease in it. But then when I'm working on the dress, there's just too much ease. It's not able to support all that I have going on. So I'm just completely taking the bodice portion from the skirt, and I'm just gonna mess around with that until I have something that works, because at this point I have all the fabric cut out. Like there was no extra fabric with this one, and because I do have a budget, I can't really like buy any more. So now I'm in the Tim Gunn make it work stages of just Hi, really quick, I'm just cutting in on this to say that I really messed up the lapel like scale. I don't have an excuse. I don't know what I was doing, but I fixed the bodice so the bodice fit, and then when I put the lapel on, it went down like majority of my chest. On the actual dress, it doesn't cover that much of the bust. Like you can see the bust under the lapel. I went back and I tried to just move the lapel up and just cut some of my top beading. When I did it, it messed up some of the actual bodice when I like seam ripped into it, and I scrapped that, and I'm taking all of the beading off now so I can use all of that, reuse it all, and I'm gonna redo it. But it's gonna be a smaller scale, so I'm hoping it's not as like laborious, but sewing and crafting is just repetition. At this point, I'm dedicated to just redoing the lapels, I'm getting started on the sleeves, and I'm just trying to make what I already have going on work. I got this bodice like done again. This is my second bodice, my second lapel. For me, the back is like perfectly shaped. And then the front, for some reason, I have it not long enough. Like this piece should go pretty much nearly under my pit. Joanne gave me a paper bag the other day, so I'm gonna use that to redo the pattern pieces. And I'm not gonna mess with this, just in case like I can't get it right for some reason. This is wearable if I don't figure it out. Alright, so I am here with Sumalee.
Hello!
And we are, what would you say? We're working on our projects. We are like not buddy reading, but we're buddy sewing.
Yeah, it's
so
parallel play.
Yeah. So this is her beautiful fabric. And I'm over here seam ripping. Again for our 6th time, we're calling it.
6th time is a charm, that's what I heard.
Taking the sleeves off because I didn't have enough to make any new sleeves, but I had to fix the neckline of this. So I went ahead and fixed it, and I'm going to try to attach these sleeves that I already made. Yesterday I went over to my friend Sumalee's house, and she helped me work out some of the issues with my pattern that I just couldn't reach. Today I have the day off, so I recut out the bodice, sewed it all together again. I used the previous sleeves that I had because I don't have any more I have no more of this fabric. Right now I am adding the lining to my skirts before I attach it to the bodice, which I'm super proud of. I've been very focused on getting this right rather than recording, which is great for me because I make less mistakes, but it's bad for you if you want to be involved in the project with me. And I want you to be involved in the project with me. This is the new bodice. The main difference is the width, where the previous bodice probably stopped right here and made it so that the sleeves were reaching to get to it. This goes nearly to my pit. I'm starting to feel really confident, which is actually like terrifying. I have a dress. Can I share that the making of these cuffs was the most satisfying part of this project because I only had to do it one time?
side of pickles again.